You know that feeling? When worry just like sticks around and makes it hard to focus or even just relax. I think we all get that sometimes. Welcome to the deep dive.
Based on the sources you sent over, it seems like you're really looking to get a better handle on this feeling, so we've boiled it all down for you.
Yeah.
Today, we're diving into anxiety, what it is, how it actually shows up for people, and most importantly, some really practical ways to manage it so you can feel, a bit more in control.
Exactly. We're going to try and cut through all the jargon and to give you the essentials, plus some techniques you can actually use. Think of it as your personal guide to navigating anxiety.
Okay, so let's start right at the beginning. What is anxiety, really? Because it feels different than just being stressed, right?
That's a really important distinction. Stress usually has a pretty clear trigger,
Yeah.
like a deadline or something. Anxiety, though, it's often this more general feeling of apprehension, of future-focused worry about, potential misfortune.
Apprehension.
Okay.
Yeah, the American Psychiatric Association describes it as that feeling of physical tension when you're anticipating some kind of danger. And it's that focus on a diffuse future threat that makes it different from fear. Fear is usually about something specific happening right now. Anxiety is more what might happen.
Gotcha. So it's normal to feel anxious sometimes, like before a job interview or something.
Oh, absolutely. That's a completely normal human response. But
When does it sort of cross the line? What are the signs we should maybe look out for?
right. So if that worry becomes persistent, really excessive, and it starts messing with your daily life, your work, your sleep, how you interact with people, that's when it might be tipping over into something more than just typical anxiety.
Okay.
Emotionally, you might notice just constant worrying, feeling restless or on edge, maybe always expecting the worst outcome. And physically, this can show up too, like a racing heart, shortness of breath, maybe muscle tension, trouble sleeping, feeling tired all the time. It's when these symptoms keep happening and really impact your ability to just function day to day.
Yeah, we actually had a listener mention something similar, how constant worry made concentrating at work almost impossible. Sounds like that fits. Now, I know anxiety isn't just one thing, right? There are different types.
That's right. Anxiety disorders are quite varied. There's generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD. That's the persistent, excessive worry about lots of different things, lasting for at least 6 months.
Okay.
Then there's panic disorder, which involves recurrent, unexpected panic attacks, those sudden surges of intense fear with really strong physical symptoms.
Right, panic attacks.
And social anxiety disorder, that's an intense fear of social situations where you might feel watched or judged. It's actually one of the most common ones. Millions of people deal with it. And then you have phobias, which are those really strong, irrational fears of specific objects or situations.
Okay, wow. So there are different kinds. But what about managing it? Are there strategies that kind of work across the board? Our listener was definitely keen on practical solutions.
Yes, absolutely. Lifestyle adjustments can be a really crucial foundation. Regular exercise is huge. It releases endorphins, helps lower anxiety naturally. Even just a brisk walk every day can make a real difference.
Like getting those steps in.
Exactly. And paying attention to your diet helps too. Things like omega-3 fatty acids, you find those in fish, they can be beneficial. And maybe limiting excessive caffeine or sugar, which can sometimes make you feel more jittery or on edge.
Makes sense.
And honestly, prioritizing sleep. Getting enough good quality sleep, maybe having a consistent routine, a calm bedroom. It's often underestimated how much that helps regulate mood.
Those sound like good long-term habits.
Yeah.
But what about like right in the moment when you feel that anxiety starting to bubble up? Anything quick you can do?
Yeah. Definitely. That's where relaxation techniques come in handy for immediate relief. Deep breathing exercises are fantastic. They directly help calm your nervous system down.
How do you do that?
A really simple one is called box breathing. You just inhale slowly for a count of 4, hold your breath for 4, exhale slowly for 4, and then hold the exhale for 4. And just repeat that cycle.
Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, hold 4.
Exactly. It helps slow your heart rate down and basically tells your body it's okay to relax.
Huh. That sounds simple enough. You could do that anywhere pretty much.
Totally. And thinking a bit longer term again, it's worth knowing about cognitive behavioral techniques, CBT. These are basically tools to help you notice and then challenge those negative thought patterns that often fuel anxiety.
Challenging the thoughts.
Yeah. And mindfulness practices too, things like just focusing on your breath or paying attention to the present moment without judging it. Those can be incredibly helpful over time. Consistency is really the key with these, though.
Okay, so just to sort of pull this together based on what you've shared and what our listener was asking about.
Yeah.
Anxiety is normal, but it can become a disorder if it's, constant and messes with your life.
Right.
Recognizing the signs, both emotional and physical, is important. And whether it's making those lifestyle changes like exercise and sleep, or exploring ways to manage thoughts with CBT concepts, or practicing mindfulness, or even just using those quick breathing exercises, there are definitely concrete steps you can take.
Precisely. It's all about building up a kind of toolkit of strategies that work specifically for you. Feeling more in control is possible.
Right. And on that note, here's something to think about. With all these different tools we just talked about, how might choosing just one, maybe that simple box breathing the very next time you feel overwhelmed, how might that start to shift your experience of those stressful moments? Something to consider. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.